What's up, everybody? Listen to that squiggly acid line. Gets me every time. Hope everybody's good. Getting into the swing of your summer. It's been busy around here. Let's see who was first today. Marco Freudenberg. Heidi-ho. Muo, welcome. Hola. Asabat is here. Asabat, are you getting down with the Freaky 303 action? Yes, let's get it. Continuing where I left off last time. Still playing around with that same track that I started with the new plugins. And we got more new plugins today. More new plugins today. Or devices, or whatever you want to call them. All right. Pretty chill. Hitting this. Oh, there it goes. Waiting for that big corp to jump out at us. Drinking my coffee, waking myself up. I'm trying to get into the mode that I need to be in to be creative with you guys. Low res, love playing. Have you played this out on a big system? I've never heard it on a big system. I'd love to hear it on a big system. I haven't been DJing in so long. I haven't had the chance, but glad you have. Nice to know that it sounded good. All right, let's bring it in. Welcome, everybody. I'm here in this crazy vortex spinning around my head here in the studio at 343 Labs in front of the green screen. Yeah, right there. One of these days, I don't know. I've done a show before where I didn't have the green screen on and it was just sort of in the studio. But the problem is everything behind the green screen looks like a kitchen. It is not a good backdrop. I have to like completely reorient all of the gear and everything when I do it without the green screen. So I just leave it. It's cool. I like it. You can see my little light sticking out right there. It's not supposed to be there. Oops. My hair light, my hat light. Anyway. 343 Labs Music Production School is where I'm at. It's where I help run the show, where I'm an instructor and head of academics. Never had a title my whole life other than like DJ producer. I guess that's a title too, isn't it? But I was given that title. I was given the title of head of academics here, and I'm proud to have it. It's been a real busy summer around here. We have our summer program, like condensed version of our one-year program, and a really nice group of people here for that, a beginner level and a more advanced level. And I've been teaching some of those classes and doing the mentoring for some of those students, and it's been very rewarding. They all seem like they're having a good time here in New York for this program. And we actually have a summer camp. We've got it's like a day music production and DJ camp for middle schoolers right now. And then other weeks we have high schoolers come in, and that's been a lot of fun too. It's been busy. It's been very lively around here. So yeah, you know what I always say if you watch this show every time, if you want to know more about what 343 oh my God. If you want to know more about what 343 Labs is up to, you've got the links below. Check us out. See what events we have coming up, things like that. And yeah, that's the spiel. What's up? Who's come into the chat since we started? UK to Electro. Cooking shows are popular. Kitchen stream would be okay. You know, we thought about that. Like when we started my stream, it was Tuesdays and it was Techno Tuesdays. And I thought, well, why not do something? And the guy who was helping us run the show, Tetro, you might have seen, maybe some of you have seen him up in your feed. He's a pretty successful YouTuber in the music production world. All of our show titles were alliterative, you know, like Techno Tuesday. And I'm like, how about tacos? And we'll make tacos and techno on Tuesday. But that would have been really cheesy, so I never did it. But maybe I will. Maybe we'll have like a Saturday, like outdoor barbecue techno grill thing. That would be amazing. Yeah, we could get the kitchen thing going on. It'll be fun. All right. Ege, is that how I say your name? Hello? What's the genre for today? It's electro for today. I started a track a couple weeks ago, just fooling around with some new plugins, and I decided to keep working on it and try out some more new plugins. So that's what you're in for today. More dark, weird electro. Hope that's all right for you. Jaja 9000 is here. Jean-Paul, what's up? Yep, we're all a bunch of nerds, and we're proud. Hello, nerds. And yeah, it's just momentary space out there. I feel like I'm feeling summer. It's hot, it's humid. I like when I'm not working, I just kind of, oh, nice to take a breath for a minute. I'm enjoying my iced coffee here from around the corner and the air conditioning. So keeping it cool, but we'll have to kind of warm things up a little bit to get into the electro and everything like that. Glad I got your name right. And thanks for enjoying the content. I don't know about the last name though. I got the first name right, but your last name, I'm not even going to try. Jada's talking about Photech. Yeah. It's funny. Drum and bass has been so strong again in the music world. And, it comes and it goes in terms of its overall global popularity, but it's always there underground, right? I feel like it's the same with electro, although drum and bass has gotten bigger. But the kind of electro that we're all into, right? Not electro house, not the EDM stuff, but just real electro, right? It comes and it goes. It comes in waves of popularity. And right now, there was a peak for a little while. It seems to have died down just slightly, but I don't care. I still love it. I'm going to keep doing it. And it's always going to be a very important part of my musical journey, for sure. But yeah, I'm glad I also have been listening to drum and bass, and I love all the fusions of styles where you have like a little bass music, a little bit of electro, a little bit of breaks, a little bit of drum and bass, a little bit of jungle, all the syncopated stuff, right? That can all be interchangeable in terms of genre mixing and blending and inspiration. So, a lot of well, not a lot, but some of the electro tracks I've done in the last few years have had a bit of a breaky, bassy element to them as well. I think they fit very nicely together, for sure. We'll see where it goes today, though. Is it going to be more breaky and bassy, or is it going to stay more electro? I think it'll be what it is. Who cares what it's called? Hey, Simple Sam. Hey. Hey. I'm going to keep saying hey. Before we dive in, we had our Auto Freak Remix Challenge a little ways back. It took a long time. We started it months and months ago, and we did 2 feedback sessions, right? So I made the parts available on the Discord. By the way, if you have not joined our Discord, check that link below, and that's where you'll first find out about things like feedback sessions and remix challenges and things like that. But we had our Auto Freak Remix Challenge. Many of you submitted amazing remixes, and it took me forever to decide, right? I did a feedback session with Angel Alanis and Maria, and they really helped out with their opinions and what they responded to. And then we did the poll, right? I did a public poll where everybody could vote on their favorites. And then and that was great just to see what the community was into. And then we did our final feedback session and announcing or figuring out who the winners were going to be, kind of a session together with Angela Maria and Christian Smith, who very kindly, as you can see right here, on the air, surprised me and offered to release the best remixes that we all liked, right? It's his label, so he had all to put some thought into it as well. So we picked 3 techno remixes and 3 electro remixes, and they are all out now. They've been on promo for a couple of weeks. I've been in touch with all of the winners over the past few months about what's going on. We finally got it all together. It is out. It's available. I actually we pinned a link to what you can see here, to this page where it has all the places you can buy it. So if you want to support, it'd be really, really nice for me and for all of the remix winners if you would all go out and grab this and buy it and download it and play it and support it. That would be awesome, right? So all of the platforms, it's everywhere, right? So yeah, I'm really happy that this worked out well, and it's real. It happened, and I'm very pleased with all the remixes. Thanks again to everyone, the winners and others alike, right? And I'm going to say this now. This is out now. We're going to see how this does. There's still a few mixes that I liked that didn't fit for Tronic exactly. So I also have a remix, or actually 2 remixes to choose from Angel Alanis and Maria. So And that didn't get included on this Tronic release. So I'm planning after this, I'm going to do it on top of this one, right? But once this is out and done its thing and been out there in the world, and maybe, whatever initial little sales are happening go down, and, the hype has passed, what little there is of it, because there's just a billion releases out there, and who knows whether you get any attention, right? If DJs start playing it, great. If they don't, well, we'll move along. Once there's a period of time to let this release do its thing, I'm going to do a Bandcamp release of the original version, which has not been available digitally ever, Angel and Maria's remix or remixes, and I'm going to pick a couple of other mixes that I liked that didn't make it on the Tronic release. So just so you know, this is not over yet. This saga of the Auto Freak Remix Challenge is still going, right? So there's still more to come. Right? But it'll probably be after the summer, sometime in the fall. I'll let you know. All right, enough talking about that. Let's talk about what we're going to do today. So I was psyched to play around, with, oh my gosh, let's go over to Ableton Live here for a second. So this new Halogen plugin was really cool, right? I love FM synths, and I also like it when people make FM synths that are not just trying to be like a DX, like a typical Yamaha kind of algorithm, whatever. This has got a new interface. It looks cool. It's fun to play with. It's doing random generation of different sounds. And I guess like this summer's been like new cool FM synth summer, because now we also have very recently a new Fours plugin, right? Pivot. So yet another awesome, modern, cool sounding, easy to use. Although this one's maybe a little bit more tricky than the other one. But, another nice modern take on FM synthesis, which is, I've said before, one of my favorite ways of synthesizing. All right. So this is, again, you get to see me like play with a synthesizer for the first time. I have no idea what I'm doing. We're just going to fool around and see whether we like it. And I think it's really cool. They have the paid version, and then there's also like a light version that's, right, you got a 3-operator one, and then there's also just a free 2-operator one with fewer features. So you can, and the free one sounds great. So I got both of them, obviously, so I can see what the difference is and play around with a little bit. So we got that to play around with. And then also, you might have caught a quick glimpse of this when I opened up live, I keep forgetting about Reactor. There's a guy on YouTube who's been posting lots of Reactor content lately, and I think it's a British guy. I can't remember his name, but I'm glad that he did that, because there's Reactor. I've used it on the show before, and I used to use it all the time, and then it just I forget about it so easily. And yet it's this incredible, deep world of devices. And then if you're, inclined, you can make your own when you get into the inside and building things with it, and you can do modular synthesis with it. It's so powerful. But yeah, Richard Devine always posts things all the time, when he's playing with his crazy hardware that he has and doing sound design experiments. And then he just happened to post this device I had never seen before called Wind Signs. And I know people have asked on the show before, do some droney stuff. I'm like, oh, this is a drone synth. Like this is just going to generate cool sine wave based drone textures. It sounds really cool. I've heard stuff like it before, but I don't know. I decided to try and see how it fit in with this track, because my track has sort of gone in a dark, deep direction, and this is definitely going to complement that. All right, so we've got this to play around with, this Wind Signs thing that you can get in the Reactor user library. And then one more new thing, which we'll get to, that I discovered recently. It popped up in some other videos that were on in my algorithm, and this Max for Live Hyper Splash, I think it's called. Yeah, Hyper Splash. It's like a random glitch rhythm generator. So it's fun. I just figured maybe that'll come in handy, and we can play around with that a little bit. So yeah. Oh my God. I don't know how deep into this we'll get, but Visco just got an update, and they added a synth to it, right? So we've seen this before. It's got this like kind of morphing drum thing with this blob, right? And then they've added a synth, a tonal part of so you can use it to play melodic stuff as well. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it works. I'm not going to go super deep on like everything and like explain it, but maybe we'll come up with something cool. All right. I've been talking for so long, but let me just check in with the chat and see how y'all are doing. What are you talking about? Simple Sam is wondering what's up with the crowns. I don't know. It's something they added to our channel, right? It's like a gamer thing. Something to do with supporting. I don't know. I don't follow that kind of stuff. Maybe one of you guys know what the crowns are for. Simple Sam is the #1 chat spammer. Very funny. What's up, Doug? Nice to have you back, Doug Smith. A May is here. Simple Sam also has seen those same reactor vids. Yeah, it's cool that every now and then someone just kind of, thumbs up for reactor, just reminding everybody that it's there and it's amazing. And there's just so many cool devices for it. Glad you got halogen, Doug. Definitely a fun synth. And, I agree. I'm going to keep using it. And what is this EB Halico thing, Simple Sam? Haven't seen that. I'm going to have to check it out. But as it seems to be processor intensive. Maybe I'll be good on my... I feel like I got an M1. Ooh, but now they're up to M4, and there's going to be M5 next year probably. Big deal, M1. But I haven't needed to upgrade since I bought that. It's been a few years now. Okay, enough blabbing. Enough talking about what we're going to do. Let's actually do something. Y'all hearing that okay? Hearing that beat coming through? Got the rolling. Nothing groundbreaking, but I love this kind of beat. This kind of electro beat. Syncopated, but busy but not too busy, and that strong clap. I like the quarter note hi-hat, so it keeps the tempo, keeps the drive without, too much high end, but then also there's those little zaps. I stole those zaps from somebody. But those are some good classic Kraftwerk zaps, right? Oh, Simple Sam's talking about the Ewan Bristow. No, those things look so cool, but you're right. Sorry. Thanks for reminding me. I think I just saw an email that Ewan Bristow or Evan or whatever his name is going to start releasing his devices as VST plugins. I think that's going to be really good. We don't have to run pure data at the same time. And I bet you it's going to end up being more CPU, less CPU intensive, I think, perhaps. So watch out for that, right? And definitely, that guy's come up with some really cool stuff. I downloaded a couple things, and then I kind of got stuck on, I have to install pure data, and then I forgot about it. So thanks for the reminder. Definitely going to do it. All right. So right now I'm kind of in, what do I want to do with this track mode? I wrote some parts. I played around with a couple things after last week, just to make sure I like it. This is the first thing we did. That kind of randomly generated sound in halogen. Doing that kind of 3 against 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 6 against something, right? And then we've got... Is this even doing anything? What is on this long track? All right, I have that. It's a little goofy. It sounds like it's a little bit like, 50s sci-fi sort of cartoony sound, but I like it. I think I'm going to keep it because it keeps it cheeky. It's not too serious. All right. We did some stuff with Simplant. Oh, right. This is one of the last things I did. I was trying to generate, I was using the reverb tails or something to generate some kind of noise blast with Simplant, and that came out good. I like this. It's got tone to it. And when I arrange it, it's probably not going to repeat every 2 bars, but actually or 4 bars. Let's make it 8 bars so we don't go crazy hearing it too much. Serotonin Records, Serious Cheese. We're all about it. We're all about the Serious Cheese, Jason Shostak. See, you get the highlighted comment over there because we're making some serious cheese. All right. Now, this is a frozen sample that I analyzed into Simplant, which I'm not going to bother. And this is, I made kind of a high, sinister pad thing. All right, I'm gonna double the length of that cartoony sound to 32 bars so you don't hear it too much. So far, so good. It already sounds like an arrangement, just as far as the progression of the parts coming in. What's this one? Okay, yeah. That's one of the Simplant things. It's another one generated from a random sound in halogen, which is just kind of sick. Little weird, noisy, guttural bend down. I might need to shine that up a little bit. Very few of these sounds are been really polished yet. I haven't like EQ'd and compressed and put effects or anything on them yet. It's a little dry. I feel like this one could use a little spice. We'll get there. All right, we have another Simplant sound that... Oh, my MIDI keyboard's not working. All right, I don't know if I need that sound, but we'll see. We'll keep that on reserve. That could be another melodic sound. And what's this? Okay, yeah, I remember when I was dragging the sample into Simplant, and it plays audio as it analyzes and generates sounds, and I just recorded that, and this is kind of a nice drone bass that I kind of like. It's got a little pulse and a weird like pitch bend, and there's some crazy modulation that's happened in Simplant when it was analyzing, and it ended up being more like, it goes through its process, right? You drop in the sample and it analyzes it, and you see them growing, and sometimes the first thing it does that's wrong or weird is better than where it ends up. I think that's what happened here, is when it was trying to analyze and figure out where it was, it did this weird little glitch and pitch bend in the modulation, and I liked it, so I'm just going to leave that. And it's got a little click in there I need to deal with, but we'll get that later. And then, all right, all the drums, which are pretty much samples that I fooled around with. Okay. All right, so that's the groundwork, right? That's where we're at in terms of vibe and energy, and it's dark and mysterious and spacey, and still got a little funk to it. Got to have funk feeling in electro, as far as I'm concerned. Even if it's just super tight and mechanical, there's got to be a little kind of drop of funk in it. Let's start playing around with this reactor thing. So, what is this? All right, this is Wind Signs. You can find it by searching in the Reactor user library. And this is what it does. It just does this. It just does these floaty, modulating, crazy sine waves. It's beautiful. Doug Smith's is, oh yeah, that Scooby-Doo ghost vibe. Yes, exactly. That's very good. This is beautiful. I'm just gonna sit here. Let's just zoom in on this. Close your eyes a little bit. Oh wait, what is this? X volume Y display. Oh, I see. It's controlling the amplitude of this visualizer. I mean, I think probably the best thing about this right now for me is this visualizer. It's great. But let's see what else this thing can do. We've got warp. Expands the intervals between notes of the harmonic series. Okay. And then fundamental is the bass frequency. So if you want to transpose the whole thing up, we'll change the fundamental. So maybe I could try to match the fundamental to the key that I'm in. Or at least get some sort of balance of harmonics that sounds like it's kind of in key. Does it matter with something like this? It sounds really good right now. Let's see what this warp does. What's up, Aaron Hedges? Nice to have you. Christian Smith. Hey, what are you doing? Are you on the road? More bounce to the ounce. This is... All right. Sorry. Seeing Christian here, I'm like, I know this is going to be too weird for you. Sorry. Just go with it. I'm getting weird today. Oops. All right. Okay, so you could see how you could make crazy drones with this. You could just make ambient music all day with this. What does the speed do? Okay, so that's kind of increasing whatever's modulating the amplitude of those different sine waves. All right, then we have density. I guess that's more or less of these sine waves. So that's going to get noisier and more intense. All right, this could get really crazy, right? Let's turn it down a little bit. It's getting loud. It got more dense and it got louder. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn this reverb down for a second. I want to hear what's going on underneath the reverb. So, you know, I thought about... I'm not going to use this all the time. Let's turn this off. Does the off button work? Go off. There we go. I had to hit it twice. So I thought I wanted to add some weird spacey textures to this arrangement, but also I was thinking, what could I do with this with effects? I could sample it, I could chop it up, and I decided just to do volume automation or modulation, just to like create a rhythm out of this. If I could have something like this with this evolving sine wave spacey texture, but then make it rhythmic. So easy way to do that, I'm using a shaper. And I've got the reactor inside of an rack and live, and I'm just going to modulate the volume. So let's do that. Does it work? There we go. All right. I have these little 30-second notes in here. I want to get rid of those. There we go. So something like that could be cool, floating around in the back of this otherwise very spacey kind of thing, right? So it's for me, it would all be now about whatever the rhythm is, trying to figure out the tuning of these sine waves so that it fits the bass and the other elements going on. Let's get rid of the droney bass here for a second and go back to the other weird bass. Man, it's funny. I was playing with this at home before I came to the studio, and it was sounding really cool. And now I'm like, it's not getting it. I should have saved it earlier. I didn't save what I was doing. It's sort of so random, right? So I guess at some point we're gonna have to like commit this to audio and like just not have it be randomly changing all the time, or it's just gonna take a while to get the balance. Oh, you know what? I haven't hit the sub thing yet. What? Inharmonic series, sub inharmonic series. It's like inverted. Oh, that's cool. Interesting. All right, how does that sound now? It's a little more simple. Here I am trying to make it musical. I'm trying too hard. Okay. Adriano, what's up? The ensemble... Adriano just asked what the name of the ensemble is. It's Wind Signs. You can find that by searching in the Reactor user library. What does this recycle button do? Set new values for cycling. The result is subtle to dramatic. I'm not hearing it do anything. Yeah, I don't know. All right. One last thing that I wanted to try with this is it's going through that gated effect now with the volume being rhythmically, chopped. But what about other effects? Because this could be just in terms, you'll get more sound design out, sort of results out of this if you make it part of a process with other effects and other things. So what happens if we granularize this? And if we granularize it, do I put it before or after the shaper? Let's see. Let's find our favorite granular audio effect, and that would be pigments. And let's just see what happens. I'm just going to go through presets until I like it. All right, if I take that and put it before the chopping, I can put it here. That way I don't lose the rhythm, and I just get the cool textures inside of it. We got real spacey today. I like the idea of doing something like this. If I can get it in tune, maybe. Barely in there anymore, but I like it. All right. Got that low kind of drone bass going on, which I like as well. Got our pads. I told you I wanted spacey. Definitely spacey. Okay. All right, so we played around with the crazy reactor thing. I feel like that's still in progress. I'm not quite there with it yet, but I like the potential of it. And let's move on and find some other crazy sounds. Now, I want to take a little moment to acknowledge Christian Smith's comment here. Honestly feels that I have all the tracks needed, maybe add some sort of arpeggiator, and definitely add some hi-hats. Noted. I think you're right. I could start arranging with this now. And if you and I were in the studio, we'd be like, we'd already be done with this track, Like we work fast. I'm exploring today, all right? I'm just having fun with some new plugins and playing around. I'm definitely going to get there. All right, let's shut this guy up here for a second. All right. all right, whoever guy who made this ensemble, sometimes the on-off switch doesn't work. Just saying. All right, so I do have some other stuff that I want to play with. This is also kind of another kind of sound generator random thing. It's a Max for Live device called Hypersplash. And, you know, I don't know what's going on inside of it. And it makes some sounds that I've heard before. It just makes it easy to do. And you can have it. Let's just hear what it does. All right. So let's solo this for a second. I'm just going to hit chaos. Well, let's hit randomize and then hit chaos and we'll see what it does. It's making like weird little glitchy rhythms, right? This thing gets crazy sometimes. So I'm just playing around with whatever these. Oh, there we go. Ah, there it goes. So it's, I love it. When you hover over the controls, it says, add the first tone of the cowbell circuit. Look, what does that mean? I don't know. I don't think that's what that is. Oh, here we go. Now it's getting nutty. So anyway, I have no idea exactly. Some kind of random trigger, and it's following a clock. You can change how often. Like that's. These are the timing, right? So a slower rate is going to result in fewer, more sparse rhythms, and as you increase it, it gets more glitchy and crazy. Right? Let's see what this sounds like with, all right. I have this is a question I have also for the developer of this. Like, it doesn't follow, it follows the clock, it's synchronizing, but it doesn't necessarily follow which beat you're on here, right? So what I found that I needed to do, here, let's get rid of that explosion here for a second. What I found that I needed to do is kind of beat match it. So I have to like start and stop until it sounds in time. Yeah, and it's kind of generating cool little glitchy patterns. And I guess the idea is we'll just resample some of this just to make some loops out of it. Hypersplash, there we go. Record. Let's get some loops out of this thing. And then I can also fix the timing afterward if it's weird. As if we didn't need more zaps. Every now and then, I can't talk when I'm like stumbling over myself. Every now and then it does something cool, like some sort of bassy thing or kick drummy kind of thing or some lasery thing. Definitely can go back and chop this stuff up. Let's go in and see what else this thing can do. Play around a little bit with whatever these controls are doing. I have absolutely no idea. Woo! The hardcore kick drums in there. Let's see what happens if we slow this down a little bit. Let's see what happens if we hit randomize. It's already random. Is it making random more random? I know I'm totally annoying Christian Smith today. Just go along with it, Christian. All right. So that's one way to use it, right? When you turn chaos off, you can actually just play it. You can just play it like any other synth, right? So if I just want to make a specific rhythm, there you go. It doesn't randomize as much. So this makes it more stable, right? For someone like Christian who probably can't handle it being random all the time. Sorry, I'm picking on you. I apologize. But anyway, like I can just use this to generate cool little zappy percussion sounds really easily. Anyway, why not? All right. You said I needed more hi-hats. I just did this, Christian. Okay. How are we doing? Let me just clear my brain here for a second and see what y'all are talking about, because this chat just goes by and I can't even see what's happening. Let's see. Doug Smith said he knew Fragments was coming, and then Aaron wants some scary-sounding German vocals, and Marco Freudenberg says, keep it simple. I like it. Agreed. All right. Christian is enjoying it. Thank you. And Jaja asks, nice. Is it stock Max for Live? No, I had to buy this one. I forget. It's one of those you can get it on Gumroad. It was only a couple of bucks. I think this Hyper Splash, fun tool, right? Especially for electro-y, IDM, experimental, zappy percussion sounds. It's very good at that. I like that you can use it as a rhythm generator, pattern generator, and you can use it just to generate one-shots, which are a little bit more, precise and careful, right? So very useful. I think I'm going to keep this. I'm going to see. Let me see if I can get this to do something randomly that fits okay with the music, just as a little bit of a challenge here. And then also I want to figure out, like, if I automate the chaos being on, will that trigger the clock? That was a question I had for myself when I was playing around with this earlier, right? So if I turn that chaos on the beat, will it you know what I mean? Will it start the clock on the beat? All right, so let's see. Let's make this 4 bars, and we'll just experiment here, right? We're going to have it go from no chaos to chaos and see if it stays on time. Yeah, it looks like it. So it looks like I can use automation to just bring that pattern in exactly on time. So if I make this not loop, go back to Hypersplash, go back to Chaos, and I play this. Did it turn it off? I don't want it to turn back off again. Huh, interesting. It has to stay on. Or else it's not gonna. All right, that's weird. Max for Live devices sometimes. All right, so let's do this. Let's make this like 16 bars long. Oh, it's not syncing. All right, so I'm going to stop that there. And I'm not going to torture you guys anymore with this. Shut up, Chaos. All right. Cool that we tried it. I like it. I guess a note for the developer is, can you make it so we can be more precise with the rhythm of this? That would be very helpful. It would save some time. But of course, I can also just go in here and like quantize this, right? Because like, maybe I make, let's see what happens if I make this first one the first beat. Will it be on time? Let's see. Not really. Let's quantize it. All right, and that's probably the easiest way to do it in live is you just take something like this and quantize it, right? And that any kind of timing variation that was going on, we can tighten that up. Let's make this just a 1-bar loop. Actually, and I still want to hear it with the beat. That Scooby-Doo sound is funny. Let's make it just 2 beats. Yeah, I think sometimes these little modulations in here are not quantized. That's what's making it tricky. What? Make some old school surgeon techno out of that sound. Oh, I like these. These little kind of tonal sort of, they're almost like, it's like a shaker, but a little blip inside of it. I might keep that. It's got a little melody in it. Okay, enough of that. What time is it? Oh my God, it's 10 to 2. I've spent so much time glitching out on this crazy stuff. Let's take a look at pivot a little bit. All right. And Christian asked for an arpeggio or some kind of melodic element. So let's try to give it to him and use pivot to do it. All right. Let's see if we can make this work. I want to get some music going. It's got to think of some notes that'll fit with this. All right. Just getting the music in my head again. And we got these little weird pitch bendy things that come in. All right, let's take a look at what pivot is all about and see if we can get some kind of melody happening in the next few minutes. Classic FM bass there. Let's go through some presets first before I get into some crazy sound design. Can I click here? No. Oh, there's a menu. Leads. Let's go into leads. All right. I mean, it says good for ARPs, but I'm not sure I like this sound, although maybe it just needs a filter or something. I like that. Let's start with the basic saw and see what we can do with it. Sometimes that's all you need. All right, so what do I want to do? I want to make this with a shorter release. Maybe make it more percussive. Right, so I'm playing around with the envelopes on the operators. Pretty cool looking interface here. It's straightforward, right? All right, so I think what we want to do is come up with some kind of melodic pattern with that, and then I'm going to tweak the sound to it. All right, maybe get rid of that pitch bendy thing. All right. Do some kind of polymetric thing. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, whatever. Could be okay. Goodbye, Scooby-Doo sound. Play with this. What can we do with this? All right, is that not... All right, looks like this one's not even in there. Aha. All right, so we're using operators. The first operator is not in the mix at all. It's just operator 2 and 3. But if I bring up operator 1, that's kind of cool. A little bit of detuning could be cool. Gives it a little bit of a vibration inside of it. I could definitely see playing with that. Whoa. It's going into noise like crazy. I love the visuals of this thing. This is cool. What happens if I... All right, so there is a filter on this. Interesting. There's a stereo imaging here. This sounds good. It's real clean and sharp. And then we have some distortion built in, which may or may not be your thing. I feel like I want more melodic variation in this. All right, so I just took that pattern and I'm going to transpose some of these notes around a little bit. Right, I like to do that. I'll like make a pattern that repeats and then I'll duplicate it and then start moving notes around to make a variation. Something like that could be cool. I'm not in love with it, but I think it's a good starting point. Maybe we'll continue this in a future show, but... playing around with the operator settings and can I undo that? Oops. Right, so it has randomizers for each operator and I don't see an undo here. Where is the undo? Okay, can I undo it in live? Undo change operator to release. Yeah, it's like... No, I can't. I'm gonna have to manually fix it. All right, so that was a mistake. We just learned something about this plugin, all right? If there's an undo, I don't know where it is. It totally broke my sound. I'm gonna get it back eventually. Nice that it's got a morphing filter. And I know there's a bunch of modulation things this thing can do that I haven't. Oh yeah. There's a whole big mod section here, which I should explore at a future time. 2 LFOs, 2 envelopes that can be assigned to all of this stuff, which is pretty crazy. But let's keep it simple for today. Just exploring. Some cool little subtleties you can get out of this. I mean, I'm sure I could get the same sound out of almost any 3-operator FM synth. But yeah, I like it. I like this interface. I like the relative simplicity of it compared to other types of FM synths. And yeah, I'm glad that we can still find fresh takes on classic sound design techniques through new interfaces and new design choices, which I think, Forza is really great at. So, all right. It's just about 2. I thought I might get into arranging today, but I think I'm going to save it for another time. I'm glad that we got to explore some new devices. I got some cool ideas for where to take this track. I got to revisit that whole reactor thing. And we didn't get to Visco. I need to spend some more time learning how to use this thing anyway, right? I mean, it's really easy to just load up presets and start tweaking the morphing. And so that's a good place to start. Whatever that sound is, it's not working right now, but we'll do this another time, right? I promise. Really cool that you guys could hang out today. And just as a reminder again, and also great that, hey, where did it go? I lost my, you're seeing like my Facebook page. Oh, there it is. Christian. I'm so glad Christian was here because we were announcing that this remix is out. Right, the remixes are out. The Semblance Factor Auto Freak remixed, featuring the winners of the feedback. Of the remix challenge here on the show. And yeah, I announced it earlier, and I'm just reminding you again. I did the pinned sort of link so you guys can go check it out and support it. And yeah, thanks again, Christian, for doing this release. It means a lot to me and to all the guys that won the challenge. And yeah. That's going to be it for today. I'm going on another little break. I'm actually traveling with the family, so it'll be a couple weeks before I'm back again. But yeah, as always, thank you for hanging out. This was fun, and enjoy your hot summer days. I'll see you next time. Adios.